How's it going, everybody? It's Josh with Be Known, coming to you live from Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, or as like we call it in my business, marketing and advertising. So, yeah, I thought this was cool. I've been playing around with some of these virtual backgrounds because I know the white just gets boring. I'm going to turn it off because I don't have a green screen. So, see, it kind of glitches out like that. It is your weekend inspiration. So, I'm going to go over some of that stuff while I get this back to just none. Just like that. All right, now we're back to none. We're just in the office and got the normal stuff. So for today, happy Labor Day weekend, everybody. It's a 3-day weekend, so I hope everybody out there is going to be safe, have fun, do some camping, do some boating, get outdoors. Stay safe, though, when you're doing it. I just wanted to say, man, we made it this far. We are, now in level 8 of Jumanji, and that is great. It is. Oh wait, we were in level 9. My fault. Wait, July, August, September, level 9. Yeah. See, that's how lost I am right now. I don't even know where we're at in Jumanji. So today I wanted to talk about, I've been doing these every Friday, just trying to give everybody some inspiration for the weekend, and hopefully for everybody that watches this. I get a lot of people comment when I run into them, out and about that, say, hey, thanks for that. That really helped me through the weekend, or that really helped me kind of get out of a funk, get out of a bad mood, whatever it is. And I appreciate that, you guys. And, in a couple of these videos, I've also asked for you guys to reach out to me, comment, something like that, and tell me what you want me to talk about, if there's any points you want me to touch. And so I'm actually brought up on my other screen over here a couple of the things that people wanted me to talk about. And I got to tell you guys, some of the stuff I can't talk about. So with the stuff that's going on in the world right now, it's not that I don't want to talk about it. It's that the nature of our business is all online. So with Be Known Advertising and Be Known University and, all the stuff we have going on, we primarily go through social media, a lot of our advertising stuff. And with everything getting flagged right now, I know a lot of people have seen stuff where this is getting censored and this is getting flagged and this is getting taken down and things like that. I really can't say anything that might, hinder our business, because even though this is my personal, stuff, a lot of this has to do with business as well. And I hope you guys take some motivation from that on top of it. But I cannot give you what my political beliefs are because that's going to hinder our business. I could get flagged and not be able to do my job as far as advertising and running advertising for our clients or stuff if I gave, whatever opposing opinion that somebody else had. I can't give you my opinions on things like what's going on with the riots, with the protesters. I can't give you my opinion with, with all that stuff because right now it's very, very, very sensitive subject when it comes to things like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, any of the platforms that we use, even Google, all those things. It's very hard to give an honest opinion without either being, raked over the coals, no matter what side you're on. I watch it all day while I'm working, and, somebody could be on this side and they're getting raked over the coals by 50 people over here because they're on this side. And somebody could be on that side and, then there's the same. They're just getting raked over the coals. And somebody could be dead center neutral and just be like, well, I believe in some of the stuff over here and I believe in some of the stuff over here. I disagree with some over here. And I disagree with some over here and still get raked over. So I don't see a win-win scenario, especially in my business, with having to deal with the digital platform so much that, it in any way is it beneficial for me to talk about it. So if that's something you want to talk to me about or you want to know my opinion, feel free to contact me. We can have a discussion over any of it. And, I'd be happy to tell you in person. I'd be happy to tell you over the phone. We can send a Hogwarts out since I was just there at Hogwarts. So that's all I can say about that stuff. So moving forward, with everything going on, I feel like, some people just feel like there's just so much negative out there in the world right now. And it's really not that bad. I just got back from Portland myself, took a quick trip up there. And, it's being made out for everybody who's not watching this from Portland. For everybody else, they kind of talk to me about it because a lot of people know I lived out there forever. And they're like, oh my God, it's so bad. It's so bad. It is in one kind of centralized area. But I spent most of my time out in the suburbs. I didn't go down there because I don't want to be involved on either side or get in, you know, in the middle of that midst at all. But as far as the suburbs and stuff where I was out in Lake Oswego, I was out in Tualatin, I was out in Tigard, King City, Sherwood, you know, things like that, Westland, Oregon City. That's kind of where I was at. And it's perfectly fine out there. The one thing I did notice was that normally, you know, it's a very friendly city. And, you know, if you're out walking around, you're somewhere, most of the time you're going to get a smile from people. You're going to get a wave or a hi or how you doing today? You know, just that general, just common courtesy of saying hi. That wasn't so much there as, you know, I was going around for the few days I was there. There was a lot more of kind of like a stare. But I get it. I think the stare was, you know, just kind of people pay attention to their environment. And, you know, I've been saying that for a while, pay attention to your environment, no matter what. And that was before, you know, all this stuff, you know, was hitting the fan with everything. It's just pay attention to your surroundings. So with that said, you know, I just feel like there was a lot more anytime you were, you know, kind of walking past a person, say out in the parking lot, or I went down to the park and walked around in the park just to kind of get some fresh air. And, you know, I had people that were coming by that normally on a trail through the park would, you know, wave or say hi or how you doing. You know, we're kind of checking you out first to see, you know, if you were any type of, you know, threat to them. And so, I mean, I can't fault that at all with everything that's going on. So with that said, moving on to the next is, what's my position? What do I have to say about the whole Save the Children movement? Again, I got to be really careful with that because of the platform that we're on. But I will say that I think there should be a lot more focus and a lot more attention on that. I have been seeing a lot recently, you know, even in my area, in the Reno area, of, you know, people getting busted for trying to abduct children, for trying to kidnap people, you know, young girls, things like that. I think it's an absolute atrocity. And, you know, I in no way agree with any of that stuff. And, you know, Save the Children is something that, you know, I think should have a lot more limelight on it. And hopefully if the people in power and the people in the media and things like that would change the focus over to that. That to me is like a pandemic. Like, let's solve that. That's something important. You know, that's way more important than a lot of this other stuff. So maybe we should shift gears towards that for a little bit to kind of take the heat off of all this other stuff. You know, we're coming up towards the end of this Jumanji year. So let's end it out with, you know, something positive. That's about as much as I can say, guys, without this video getting flagged or without, you know, our accounts getting flagged or something like that. So moving forward, what are some of the things that I do to keep myself motivated working from home? That's a good one. And actually, that's a really great one for the people watching this that are clients of ours, whether you're on the university platform or you're with our BKA, which is Be Known Advertising, or any of our other platforms we have out there. These are one of the things, and Brian, my business partner, he's going to be doing a course on this soon. So you guys look out for that new course. It's basically, you know, breaking down the metrics of working from home and being able to kind of set what you want your income to be. And the way we do that is, so for me, I sit here and I have the computer and I do have some tech work to do and things like that, but I am officially the sales director. So I spend a lot of time, you know, working with clients as well as working with their sales programs, coaching, things like that. You know, plus I do a lot of sales myself for our platforms. So one of the ways that we break down the metrics of being able to do that, and I'm only going to touch it a little bit, because I want Brian's video to, you know, I want you guys to pay attention to it. It's a really great course. Is it's set up like this. If I want to make a certain amount of money, we break down how many calls I have to make. So I'm out here, let's set the scenario. I'm out here to sell my product and I have to make 100 phone calls to be able to get 10 appointments set, which turns into 5 actual, you know, demos, as if you will, being able to go down the whole rabbit hole of showing what it is we have and how we can help you. And out of those 5, I'm pretty good. I like to say I'm going to land 4 out of 5 of those. Now, the average sale is the dollar amount. And so I look at that and I go, okay, so that's what I'm going to make today. So if I want to make X amount of dollars for this week, I need to put in this many phone calls, because this many phone calls is going to get me this many appointments, which is going to lead to this many. You see the pattern there? So Brian's going to go way more into depth than that, but that's kind of what keeps me motivated is I like to do like payouts on Fridays with our whole team because I feel that gives you the chance to go into the weekend feeling good and feeling motivated. And, you know, hey, I worked really hard this week and I didn't, you know, if I went into this week working really hard and I didn't get paid this Friday, it's kind of like, or did I work really hard this week? So if I get paid every Friday, I'm going, I worked really hard this week and it paid off. Now, if it didn't pay off, let's say the paycheck's really low, that to me is the motivator that, hey, I need to sit down this weekend and do this math for what I have to put in next week to be able to get that pay up to where I want. And also I want to supplement what I didn't make this week. And that's kind of how I keep myself motivated is I just look at the numbers and go, all right, I didn't make my 100 dials, you know, on Wednesday. I didn't make my 100 dials on Friday, and I didn't make my 100 dials on Monday. No wonder my paycheck, you know, this week isn't that is what it usually is. So this week, instead of doing 100, every day I'm going to put in 150. So that way, not only do I make more money for that week, what I wanted to make, but I also make up what I did last week. So that's kind of my motivation to sit at home and, you know, have a plan figured out. And we put those metrics into place for our clients as well. We try and put those metrics even overall to another, being organized and setting it up. I'm going to have this amount of hours for my call block today. And in that amount of time, I need to make this many dials. And then this 2 hours here, I need to have that blocked off so that I'm working on accounts. This 2 hours, I need to be doing this. And that again sets those numbers up to be able to kind of dial out, this is what I'm going to make. And as it goes on and you start to see that routine, you start to see that it really pans out. It's math. You can't argue with math and science, you know, math, science, you can argue with some math equation. It's really hard to go, hey, 2 + 2 is 4, and then have somebody argue with you about that. I mean, it's 4, magic. So that's how I keep myself motivated going into the working from home. And, you know, for myself, it's really motivational to be able to look around and see what I have and realize, you know, a lot of people are hurting right now financially. A lot of people are hurting as far as, you know, what they're going to do down the road. You know, they've used up their savings, things like that. And I fortunately have been blessed during this time to be able to, you know, not have to worry about those things right now. And that's another motivation. So with that said, I've got a couple of more questions on here, but I cannot really answer them. So I'm going to skip over those. You know, you guys got to remember that what I do for business, I can't talk about certain stuff. So, you know, with a lot of stuff going on in the world right now, I can't talk about that. I can't talk about who I think is, you know, guilty and not guilty and things that are going on. I can't talk about, you know, things like, I have a question right here that says, do I think that, you know, the casinos and strip clubs and everything should open back up? I think that all the businesses should be able to open back up. And you know what? If you're really sick, stay at home. If you're worried about getting sick, you know what? You should just stay at home. So it's really kind of a no-brainer there, but I don't think any business should suffer from this. So that's kind of as far as I'm going to go on that one. I think every business should be able to open it and you know, be prospered, because a lot of people have dumped, you know, their entire livelihood into their small business and you know, didn't get any help during this time, you know. So that's really hard. Speaking of small businesses, you notice this week I'm not wearing a hat. I was wearing a hat, rocking a big beard for a couple weeks, literally only because I've been waiting for my appointment. And so now I feel like my hair looks good. My beard's trimmed up nice, and I want to give a shout out local business here in Fallon, Grouchy's Barbershop. Go see Billy and Billy over there. Lovely. They're great guys, fun to hang out with. It's, you know, a place for gentlemen and not so gentlemen alike. So if you haven't checked them out, make sure you get a hold of them. It is by appointment only right now, so don't miss your appointment. Go ahead and set up your appointment. They do a great job. I mean, they're the ones that keep me looking really good when I have cool hair and have a cool beard. They do straight razor shave. You can lay back and actually schedule yourself to sit in the chair and get a full straight razor, like all the way around. I haven't done that full service yet. I've just gone, you know, getting it trimmed up, and I get the line up here and right here, and then I shave when I get home. But they do a really great job, so I want to give a shout out to them. If you're not seeing them and you're in the area, you should. Grouchy's Barbershop, okay? With that said, again, supporting supporting, local businesses. You got to do it. Let's help keep them afloat right now. So the last thing I want to cover in this inspiration for the weekend is, again, positivity. And, with things being hard right now, I think one of the most positive things I can think of is there's, and you're watching this video thinking, whatever you're thinking. And some people will watch this and think like, oh yeah, well, it's really easy to be positive when you're doing well right now, Josh. Well, you know what? I haven't always been doing well. So, this was a really tough deal when I chose to do this. It was a lot of work, a lot of time on the grind, a lot of time away from my family, and making, sitting in this office, making things happen. And that was our whole team, not just me. There was some times where we were working 5 in the morning till, 1, 2, 3 in the morning, getting a couple hours of sleep, jumping right back into it. So with that said, I want you to think of things this way for some positivity. Go look yourself in the mirror if you want to. Just take a look at yourself, self-reflection wise, and heed these words. The strongest person you know is you. And with that said, the strongest person you know is you, and is really powerful. If you just take a second after you're done watching this video and think about that. Go look yourself in the face in the mirror and say that to yourself, and I'll tell you why. The reason is think about the last hard time you went through. Let's say it's a breakup. Let's say it's you got evicted from your apartment in your house. Let's say you lost your job. Whatever it is, at that time, that was like the worst day and the hardest time, and you were like, how am I going to make it through this? What am I going to do? I'm freaking out. I'm stressed out. I'm scared. I want to cry. I mean, whatever it is that you do. I'm depressed, blah, 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 blah. The list goes on of how people handle, things like that. But think about that last time, okay? Now you have that locked in there in your brain for a second. Now I want you to think about the one before that. Pretty hard to remember, isn't it? A lot of times people can't even remember what the hard times were. You get a few of those, like I can remember a good, 5 to 10, but I can't remember every single time I felt like this was the end of the world, for me. What am I going to do? I'm going to be on the streets homeless and jobless, or how am I going to take care of my family? You can't think of all those, but they come up. So that's what I said, the strongest person that you know is you. And, you've made it through whatever that last hard time was. Who made it through that? Oh, that's right. You did. You did. So who made it through the one that you can remember before that? Even if it wasn't the one right before that, let's say it was 10 years before that. Who made it through that? That's right. You did as well. So with that said, think about this. If you're having a hard time right now, who's going to make it through that? There you have it, my friends. You're going to make it through that, okay? So everybody, if you put your mind to it, and that's exactly how you made it out of the last hard spot. You put your mind to it, and you buckled down and you said, there's no amount of whining. There's no amount of just sitting here on the couch that I can do. Maybe you lost your house and you didn't have a couch to sit on. You're going to just sit there on the curb? No, you went out there and you made something happen. And that's what, you really have to do. It's in your mindset. The toughest person you know is you. The most successful person that you know is you. Now, there's other people you might know have more money than you. They have more cars. They have a bigger house, whatever. But the only thing stopping you from getting there is you. So the most successful person and the strongest person you know should be you, because you're the one trying to keep going. And that's where it's really a winner. When you give up, that's your own fault, So get out there, make something of yourself. Whether it's, I want to get that raise, I want to get that new promotion, I want to start this side hustle, I want to, ask this girl out or this guy out, I want to, travel and see something. The only thing that is stopping you, my friends, is time and opportunity. And you're not getting any younger, are you? So get out there, make something this weekend, have a great time. You guys be safe, and I will see you guys next Friday at least. We got a couple new videos coming out for clients and things like that. University, a couple new courses, so check those out. I probably have a couple of new posts for videos next week, just because we have a lot of really cool stuff coming up. So I appreciate you guys watching. Talk to you guys next week, and make sure you leave me some comments or send me some more messages about what to talk about. You guys have a good one. Happy Labor Day weekend. And let's figure out how to stop this recording. There we go.